Now, there are many different types of pets and exotic animals that people like to keep around. But there are a bunch of animals that you wouldn't normally think to keep as a pet. In this list, I will be going over 10 people who have had the most unique, unconventional pets.
Number 1.
Coming in at number 1, we have Atari the skunk. If you look on Instagram, you can see a influencer on Instagram and TikTok named Patrick with his pet named Atari. Now, not everyone has a pet skunk. That's why it makes our list of 10 unconventional pets. And apparently, they're not the easiest pet to take care of. They are extremely affectionate and they constantly need attention. Of course, they need a lot of preparation in order to be able to take care of them properly. Now, skunks, they're not legal everywhere. So, if you want to get a skunk for yourself, don't just grab the first one you see. First off, you got to get it from a pet store. And second, it may be illegal, depending on where you live, because various places around the world basically have different laws pertaining to whether or not you can have a skunk. So if you would like a skunk, like Patrick, then look into the laws and see if you can get one, because you never know, might be an interesting pet.
Number 2.
Coming in at number 2, we have lions. Oh yeah, those big, fluffy, man-eating cats. Oh yeah. A Saudi Arabian billionaire named, probably going to butcher this, but Ahmed Abdul Qaish. So he is a billionaire, a Saudi Arabian billionaire that owns multiple lions, but he also owns tigers as well. Apparently, he's got the equivalency of an entire zoo or safari on his hands. Now, as uncommon as this is here in North America, owning exotic animals in Saudi Arabia is slightly normal, mostly due to the fact that they can afford it. But a lot of people there, they really love exotic animals. Now, of course, what good is a whole safari full of animals at your multi-billion-dollar estate if you're not posting about it constantly on Instagram?
Number 3.
Now, next up is Casey and his pet bear named Brutus. Now, Brutus was actually a rescue. He was rescued from being euthanized in an overcrowded wildlife park. He was saved when he was just 5 months old. Brutus calls his home in Montana at the Grizzly Encounter exhibit, along with his friends, 6 other bears, because apparently only one bear is just not enough. Now, Casey and Amy, obviously, if you've got 6 bears, they like to take care of bears, so it's a very good time. Now, the bears, they're not exactly just kept for pets and observation, but for Casey to help educate people on how to properly handle wild bears.
Number 4.
So, next up here we have Jessica the Hippo. Now, this one actually has kind of a neat story behind it. A couple rescued a baby hippo from a devastating flood that was happening in South Africa at the time. Now, the couple that rescued this hippo, they quickly put together a food formula and started taking care of and feeding the hippo in their own exhibit along with another hippo named Richie. In this exhibit, they strive to educate people on hippos. So in the end, it worked out.
Number 5.
Now, next up, we have in Lakeland, Florida, we have a pet called Rambo. Yes, a pet alligator called Rambo. 15 years ago, Rambo was rescued by Mary Thorne, who took to raising and taking care of the alligator. Now, Rambo was special, and Mary took care of Rambo because he had a special skin condition. He was allergic and extremely sensitive to the sun. Now, you can imagine that is a very big predicament for an alligator, for any kind of reptile, because they do love to bask in the sun, so this was quite the dilemma. Now, Rambo has been personally trained by Mary to be socially interactable with people, and so that it never bites anyone. So obviously, it is very, very well trained. Rambo is actually somewhat of a celebrity, in Lakeland, Florida.
Number 6.
Now, next up, we have Juniper the fox. Juniper is the most popular out of all the rescue animals owned by Jessica. We've got another Jessica. No, not the hippo, the person. I want to be clear, the hippo doesn't own a fox. Now, this might sound familiar because Jessica has gained a lot of popularity with her animals on TikTok and Instagram. Juniper the fox was rescued when she was only 5 weeks old. And like all the other foxes that Jessica took care of in the past, she rescued Juniper from a fur plant. Now, even though foxes are difficult to manage and need an enclosure and space to take care of, it's still a really adorable pet. And it's really unusual, most unusual to own one, but very adorable.
Number 7.
And next up, we have Damien the Kangaroo. An Australian vlogger named Jackson O'Doherty found a baby kangaroo on the side of the road and went over to pick it up and take it to the nearest wildlife facility. While Jackson was helping to take care of the baby kangaroo, he started feeling affectionate towards it and named it Damien. And he kept the pet until he sent it off to a long-term wildlife care facility. Damien the Kangaroo was actually featured in one of Jackson's most viral videos, as well as getting him a guest appearance on the Today Show.
Number 8.
At number 8, we have bears. Again. Now, obviously, this is a different type of bear, but this makes our list because, for a second time, because it is obviously very, very unique. The Grizzly Man, aka Mark Damas. Yeah, you're kind of a dumbass for playing with bears, but whatever. Okay. Abbotsford. He still there. Yeah, that explains a lot. Dumbass. Okay. The Grizzly Man, aka Mark Dumas, from Abbotsford, British Columbia, constantly swims around with a pet polar bear. Now, Mark rescued this polar bear from Alaska when she was only a few weeks old and has been taking care of her for ever since then, to the point where she is actually she actually thinks of Mark as a parental figure or a best friend. Now, obviously, Mark has been training this polar bear for years since he first adopted her. Now, the polar bear was also trained specially for high-end TV commercials that basically require a polar bear or a polar bear mascot. She even plays parts in movies.
Number 9.
Next up, we have someone in Finland that owns a pet reindeer. Slavoski. I'm probably butchering that. So, excuse me if I did. And after Atu was taken to the owner's farm and fed and taken care of. Atu has difficulty going back into the wild since it is used to dealing with humans than other animals. This means that, of course, it may never end up returning back to the wild. But hey, at least if Santa is short on a reindeer, I guess the positive side is you could rent it out to Santa Claus. It's a win-win situation, I guess, right?
Number 10.
And coming in at number 10, we have Gary the Capybara. In Buda, Texas, a couple decided to adopt a rodent-like animal called a capybara after its previous owner was not able to take care of it properly. They even set up a spacious backyard so that they could fit Gary's natural environment. Now, when they first adopted it, he was scared and anxious and would barely interact with anything inside or outside of the home. But after the couple started putting in more and more effort towards, Gary actually started to open up eventually. He also explored the environment and started to interact around the property more often. So I guess even rodents can be cute and cuddly. Now that is our list of 10 unconventional pets. Thanks for watching, and make sure that you smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, make sure that notification bell is rung, and like and comment to tell us what you would like to see next.